signs that car prices are about to crash. The used car market is showing signs of shrinking, but a crash is not on the horizon. According to Cox Automotive, the increase in price and high demand are actually showing signs of slowing down. Compared to other experts, they believe that the used car prices bubble will burst, but instead, it will be more of a balloon that deflates over time. Analysts from Cox Automotive suggested 4 factors emerging in the current market that will not lead to a crash. 1. Decrease in appreciation rate of car values. A prediction in June claimed that the appreciation rate of wholesale car values and used vehicle depreciation decreased by about 1% week over week. This scenario shows a significant shift in the market, where values have been increasing on a weekly basis almost every week during the first quarter of the year. 2. Increased pace of used vehicle depreciation. The analysis suggests that this will be a snowball effect. If used car values depreciated 1% in June, this would likely result in weekly depreciation rates of 1% or higher throughout the year. What quickly goes up will likely come down quicker. 3. Restored relationship between wholesale and retail prices. Retail prices are generally higher than wholesale prices. However, this hasn't been the case the previous year. The analysis shows that this condition will reverse in a few weeks when retail prices will once again surpass wholesale prices of used cars. 4. Strong retail demand.
Industry experts say it's a matter of supply and demand. During the pandemic, the supply of used cars plummeted while the demand soared, causing a record spike in prices.
While demand for used cars will decrease in the upcoming months, it will still remain strong. American households are likely to spend some of their savings on used cars once everything returns to normal. Moreover, some buyers are on the sidelines, waiting for the market and prices to cool down, which is starting to happen. However, a report from Forbes contradicts what Cox Automotive claimed. The report states that used car prices have reached alarming levels. Used car wholesale prices have increased 54% since last year, according to the RVI index. According to Jeremy Alicandri, an auto industry consultant, most auto lenders' concerns during the early pandemic were used car values. This is because of the pause in the economy, which drove the values of leased and financed vehicles, resulting in a decrease in price due to the retail car buying market. Moreover, used car prices have increased by 42% since December 2019 due to the unusual and unsustainable bubble that the pandemic caused. Indeed, prices will collapse, as they always do in bubbles. But before we continue, go ahead and click the subscribe and like buttons. It takes a lot to make these videos. Your small actions tell you to keep promoting our videos. Thanks. Now back to the video. Regardless of the different claims from experts, here are 3 indicators that point to the impending implosion of the used car market. 1. Increase in interest rates. In order to fight inflation, the Federal Reserve has announced that interest rates will be raised in the upcoming months.
75 basis point in an increase is not something the committee is actively considering. What we are doing is we raised 50 basis points today.
According to experts, the automobile sector might lose $22 billion in sales due to the rise in interest rates. This is due to changes in borrowing rates significantly impacting auto sales. Higher interest rates will make borrowing money more expensive, hence decreasing the demand for the used car market. This results in customers buying 500,000 fewer used cars and 150,000 fewer new cars. 2. A price rise that is unusual and unsustainable. Auto manufacturers anticipated a sharp decline in automobile demand when the pandemic struck. As a result, they cut back on production, and manufacturers of microchips did the same. Due to the shortage of new automobiles, people started using their stimulus funds and taking advantage of cheap borrowing rates to buy used cars. which caused used car prices to increase 4 times as quickly as new car prices. Price increases for used cars were momentary and unsustainable due to the ideal storm of supply and demand. Customers may anticipate decreased used car costs to typical levels as the auto industry stabilizes. 3. Chip producers are keeping up with the demand. Goldman Sachs said that chip producers are currently catching up with the demand.
COVID caused everybody to step back a bit from capacity and build out in the supply chain of the industry, and it induced a radical increase in demand.
By the middle of 2022, auto manufacturing is predicted to return to normal. The supply of new automobiles will stabilize once automakers have access to the semiconductors necessary to create a regular flow of vehicles. Millions of buyers compelled to buy used automobiles may switch back to new car purchases. Additionally, the pandemic's effects on the supply chain are starting to fade, which will aid in increasing the capacity for auto products. Therefore, used car demand will decline. Consequently, J.D. Power predicts a decline in used car prices by the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023. So, how can we prepare for the crash? According to experts, you should wait till prices are lower if you have the luxury of delaying your automobile purchase. 8 out of 10 automobile purchasers, according to Edmunds, paid more than the sticker price for a new vehicle.
These days, 8 out of 10 new car buyers pay more than sticker price, on average $728 more.
Nearly 17 million people in the United States own expensive second-hand cars. More than half of these vehicles are financed, leaving many auto owners with underwater loans.
Car prices went up, used car prices went up, hence the loans went up.
When seeking to purchase your new vehicle, establish your budget. After that, examine your own financial situation and make any required modifications. Look around and broaden your search to find the greatest offer in the market. You could also receive a better bargain if you broaden your geographic and car-specific search parameters. Additionally, you might be able to use your present vehicle as a possible trade-in. This can reduce hefty expenses. A succession of unanticipated occurrences in the car industry led to a significant mismatch between supply and demand. Due to this, the average price of a used automobile in America increased to $28,205, a 28% increase from the previous year. Consumers should anticipate a decline in used automobile costs due to the interest rate hikes and the supply-demand mismatch returning to normal.